Hi guys, welcome back to my craft room and my studio, my YouTube channel and all that good stuff. So today is going to be a little bit different of a tutorial. A lot of the stuff that I am working on recently, I need gesso. And I know a lot of us use gesso in the products or in the different ephemera pieces that we make. And gesso has gotten extremely expensive. I was checking prices today, and at Michael's an 8-ounce container is $15, and on Amazon a 4-ounce container is $8.80. Now I am going to show you how to make this at home with only stuff from Dollar Tree. Now I am using this. I did not get this from Dollar Tree, but I already had this, so I didn't want to buy another thing of the glue at Dollar Tree today. But you can get the school glue from Dollar Tree. So everything I'm using is from Dollar Tree, and you'll see how far it goes. Now, the first one I want to make is a clear gesso, so I'm not going to use the paint on the first one. But I want to make a clear gesso, and I'm making it first just so that there's none of the pigment from the paint left in the bowl. So, sorry about that, guys. My son called. He is trying to make my famous hot wings, so he was trying to figure that out. So anyway, like I said, we're going to do the clear gesso first, so that way there's no pigment from the paint left in the bowl. And everything can be purchased at Dollar Tree. So you can actually make this for literally pennies for an 8-ounce thing. Excuse me. So let me tell you what you need first. You're going to need a quarter cup of either baby powder or cornstarch. This is cornstarch. It's just got the scent to it, but you can use the regular cornstarch. Anything like that, you need it to be this talc based or calcium carbonate based, because that's what's going to make it. So you need that. You need some glue, just a PVA glue. It doesn't have to be Elmer's. It can be that Dollar Tree brand that you can get for $1.25 now. That's for the clear, and then you'll need a little bit of water to kind of loosen everything up. And then for the white gesso, same thing. It's the baby powder, the glue, and then you'll need a little bit of white paint. So for the sake of you guys not seeing another disaster in the craft room today, I've already measured out a quarter cup of the cornstarch, and I'm just going to put that in there. And I've done that because while I was trying to get it in that, guys, you can probably still see it on my hands. I made such a mess. Okay, and so then the next thing I'm going to do is add 1 tablespoon of this glue. So I'm just going to try and get it where, maybe a little more than a tablespoon, since I decided to squeeze it like that. I probably should have just opened the lid. Let me do that because I can tell this is going to take forever and I do not have the patience to deal with that. So we'll do it like this. Okay, so there is our tablespoon of glue, and I've just got a spoon here to kind of get as much of it out as I can. I'm going to set this to the side. I've got a little wet rag right there. And so you want to put a little bit of water in to kind of loosen it. You don't need much. You can always add more water. So when you're first mixing it, it looks so nasty. It's going to look a lot like a biscuit dough. So just add a little bit more water, because you just really want to get it mixed in good. So it's very much like making biscuits, I guess you could say. Look how, so right now I think I need a little bit more water. I mean, it's coming together because the more you stir it, the more it'll go, but I still think it's going to need just a little bit more water. So just a little bit. And then let's stir that in. And so you can make this any thickness that you want to make it, depending on the application that you're going to use it in. You know, so it's one of those things that you can do so much with it once you have the basic recipe. So I think I might need just a little bit more water, but you see how it's coming together already. Look at that. Look at that. Homemade gesso. And this will dry clear. When you first put it on, you know, it will be a little milky, but it will dry clear. And the way we're doing this, you can actually make any color gesso that you want to. If you want to make an ivory gesso or a pink or a blue, you would just use that color paint when we go to make the white. So, and you just really want to get this stirred in really good. Take the extra time to just keep stirring it, even after it looks like it's all mixed in. I would still just keep stirring it up for a little bit. And you can put this in, I've just got a couple of little Rubbermaid containers over here, but you can put this in a recycled squeeze bottle. You can put it in a recycled jar, anything at all like that. Look at that. How beautiful. We have our gesso. Okay, so now let me just, these are a bigger container. I have some smaller containers, but I left them in the other studio. So I'm just going to put it in here for now. And I'm just trying to get as much of it in here as I can. So okay. Now I don't use a lot of the clear gesso. Just wondering if I should make some more while we're on camera here, just so that I can fill this up so you guys can see how much we can make. Let's do it. All right, so let me close that. I have another quarter cup already measured out, so look at that. Putting that in there, and let's do another tablespoon of glue. Okay. I am making the biggest mess. So make sure wherever you're doing this, just make sure that you're doing it on a surface that you can clean. Because if you're like me, you're going to make a huge mess. And then we need some water. And I probably won't make any more clear. We'll do this one clear and go ahead and put some more in that. And then I will probably, while we're on camera, I'll make a almost full thing of, did you guys see that? I'll make an almost full thing of the white. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at the mess I'm making. I'm making a mess. So again, you just really want to start in good. Now, if you are going to be storing this for any length of time, I would probably use like a purified water or deionized water, so that there's not anything in it that could, you know, go bad. But I'll use this, so I'm just using straight faucet water. That's why I'm not going to make any more than this of the clear. Okay, so there's that. Now let me put this in here, and then we will do some white. Look at the mess I've made, guys. But You guys should have known that there would be some sort of disaster in the craft room with me. Okay. So this is my clear. Let me grab a wet wipe and clean this up a little bit so that I can make another mess with it. Because you know I'm going to. And the bad thing is I don't have any more powder out. So I am going to have to measure it out. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a half cup. I'm just going to double everything at this one stage. So let's see how bad of a mess I make. This is the one bad thing about dealing with powders. Oh, look at this. I'm making such a mess. Hopefully it's not going to get on the lens of my camera. So I'm just doing half a cup or close to it. Guys, that's why I've done it ahead of time. It is so smoky in here right now. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, so I need to do 2 tablespoons of glue since I doubled that. So there's 1. And I want to get it all out. I have another spoon over here because that one is all gunked up already. And then I need another tablespoon of glue. That might have been a little bit more than a tablespoon. But that's the thing. This is actually pretty forgiving. So I think we'll be okay. And then I do need some paint, but I don't think I've opened it yet. Nope. So let's get that open. And again, this is just Dollar Tree paint. All right. So now let's squeeze. I need 2 tablespoons of this. So there's 1-ish. I gotta get it out. And then I need 1 more tablespoon of paint. Okay. And make sure if this is, you know, something you're going to use again, your thing there, that you rinse it out really good. And then we need some water. Now the other thing you could do is you could mix your cornstarch and water together first. And we might do that on the next batch. I'm probably going to make 1 more batch of the white. So I want to get that, whatever you call it, that little container. I want it as full as I can. Okay, so just stir this in really good. I think I might have got a little too much water in here. But I think it'll be okay. So you don't want any lumps. So even if you have to stir and stir and stir for a while, just keep stirring. Because you really don't want any lumps in here. And if you have like one of those little immersion blenders or something, that would be great. Oh yeah, look how pretty that's looking. Love, love, love it. I will put just a tad more powder in there, not a lot. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. That was my son calling again. He had to FaceTime me to see if the wings were done. So, all right. So I had added a little bit more cornstarch. And I think I'm okay with that consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. And this is my white gesso. And I'm going to do one more like this. And I think that'll get me about where I want to be in this container here. Okay. Now let's do the powder again. So let's see how bad I do with it this time. I'm trying. Oh, I'm making a mess. Y'all knew I would. And you can hear my dogs. Alright, let me try and light some of this up. I'm so sorry about them dogs if y'all can hear them. My cats are out there and like the torment. The cats and the chickens love to run right up beside the dog's pen. And the chickens do it on purpose, I think. Alright, so I'm going to do this a little different this time. I'm going to go ahead and add my water. It's the same thing. I'm just mixing the cornstarch and the water up first. I don't know that this is going to work, but we're trying it. And then I'll add in the glue and the paint. So this may not work so great like that because look. Okay, so I messed that up. Let's see, maybe I didn't ruin it. We'll see how we do. So don't do the cornstarch in the water first. Maybe if I'd done just the glue, I don't know. I was just trying to be cheap and try and figure out a quicker, easier way of doing it, but yeah, not happening. All right, and let me put my 2 tablespoons of paint. There's 1. And let me do 1 more. Oh, I'm so sorry about that noise. That is so awful. I didn't have it standing up. So it all lay down on the side. You know. That's how it happens. I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and then I will add some more. Let it stand up for a minute. I'm surprised the dogs didn't go crazy then. Alright, so that should be about enough. Now let's see how this stirs together since I've already done my little stupidness with the water. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. But if I did, I didn't waste much money. So that's the good thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do a lot of stuff using Dollar Tree items because things are expensive right now. And I want to show all of you guys that you can still craft and still do lots of fun stuff and still make all of the neat, pretty stuff that everybody else does, and that you don't have to go out and spend the crazy prices. So that's what I'm trying my hardest to do. And I can tell you that it would probably be better if I had a regular spoon rather than this little cheap plastic spoon, but I wasn't thinking too brilliantly. But even at that, it's working just fine. So I'm just stirring this in really good, because I don't want any lumps. So this is when an immersion blender would be wonderful, because my arms are getting tired. Okay, let's try it for a little bit longer. we're going to call that done. I see a lump though. Let me get rid of it. Okay. Now this is a little thicker than what I've already got in here, but that's fine because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them together really good so that there's no difference in the pigment either, because I did, you know, one of them I might have put more white in than the other, so that's all I'm doing. Going to stir this together, get them mixed up together really, really, really good. And there we go. Look at that, guys. Beautiful, beautiful gesso for, let's see. I'm just trying to think about the cost of the glue, the cost of the paint, seeing how much I have left. I probably have $1 in it, I would say. So, you know, definitely a money saver, because gesso is just, it's so expensive. Let me see if I've got something that we can put some on to see how it looks. Oh, I made such a mess. Okay. Here we go. Let's just put some on here. So this one is the white gesso. And let me wipe my hands. And here is our clear gesso. Now what I would do before I use either one of them is I would shake them or stir them really well, because it will settle. So just shake it or stir it, you know, do something to mix it up really good before you go to use it. So, but yeah, so I mean, you can see this one is already, this one's already dry and clear. I'm just gonna, probably should have got my heat tool to do this, but I didn't think I was going to do this part of it. So it's still drying, but oh man, it's got that lovely texture. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. So there you go, guys. You know, go make you some wonderful gesso and save some money. Gas is too expensive. Things are just way too expensive now to spend money on stuff that you can make yourself at home for, you know, things that you probably already have in your craft room. Or, you know, I'm sure you have paint. Most likely, you know, being a crafter, you probably have a bottle of PVA glue. If you don't have baby powder, you probably have some cornstarch in your kitchen. So rather than going out and spending $15 on a tub of gesso, just go through and see what you have, because you can probably make it at home without spending all of that money. Now let me show you. I did pick this up at the Dollar Tree, and I figured I would pour some of my white gesso in here, and I would be able to use it like that. But I forgot to bring a funnel in here, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. But we don't know until we try. But this is the little, I think it's like a salad dressing container that you can get from Dollar Tree. And so for me, it's the perfect size for when I'm working on a project. And you see I'm like getting it all down the edge there. But that's okay, because y'all know I'm going to do that. It wouldn't be a crafting video with me if I didn't have some sort of disaster. So now let me see if I can wipe some of this off. So yeah, so I've got it in that little container there. And I can just keep this little container sitting on my desk. And it has the squeeze top. So there's my white gesso just sitting there right ready to go whenever I need it. And I should have got my my dry thing, my heat gun, so that we could have dried this to see exactly how it would look. And I don't know where it is right now. I think it's in the other craft room, but I'll do an update. If I can think about it, I'll try to put a picture at the end of the video where I've done it. But anyway, that's it, guys. So just remember, it's a 1/4 cup of baby powder or cornstarch, a tablespoon of PVA glue, and some water. That's for the clear. And then you add a tablespoon of color paint whenever you're wanting to make a colored gesso. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you make some, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.